lay down there in the kitchen there. Can I go to the kitchen? Yeah, I guess I brought it to the kitchen. Yep. I think it's so I'm just adding a little comment because I'm adding a little bit more to the title of this. So I'm just working on it. Okay. Have my and then it goes up a minute in, which is a great start. But okay, here we go. But I, some people do hear that word in a very what's the word? Some people hear that one word and think it's using it in a very kind of yeah, and it's so weird. I think it's actually probably and they can't do nothing about it unless they keep working in fifth tab maybe. Um, in a kind of religious tradition sense, when I kind of mean it in a more, I think the word would be broader way. I think I don't know. I'm struggling with words at the moment, and I just want to. Okay, there it is. Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to kind of do some setup as we get things grooving here. Um, Probably that it was partly because of how I was feeling, partly because of um things I still had on that night, plan I still had that I said I forget the exact title, but something about a relaxed pace in it. Wasn't really, but anyway, still got to keep things. And I thought that I turned it down a little bit, but I could still hear it, especially when I stopped talking. It would hear it, and I don't even know if I'm monetized. It's weird. I didn't even. I kept the other day. I didn't know if I was going to stream today. Here I am streaming, and I'm just gonna turn this all the way off because I just, I feel like it's too loud and I can't seem to get it any quieter than it was. Um, anyway, so yeah, I didn't know, but I stream every day, so I can't not. I was out for a bit the other day, so that kind of, and had distractions and was at a workshop, so that kind of helped with that. And tomorrow I'm gonna be out quite a bit, but we'll see. Who else? Uh, uh, huh. Hmm. Um. Okay, I'm gonna put it that way, just because I can't think of any other way to put it. Um. Okay. So yeah. Um. I almost want to put this part. I almost want to put this part. Well. So those preliminaries kind of taken care of. Part of me wants to wait to those viewers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it took like I think I thought under 10 minutes, but definitely by 10 minutes. So I didn't know that for subs, and that is something. Okay, so I have which one is it here? This one that I want to look at more closely later. Uh, and also this one because of that. So, what is this about for those that are scrolling? Aside from the message in the chat, and I just started rolling, um, it's really just about chatting, maybe doing some music, um, and kind of sharing doing a bit of our day together, and talking about maybe you know uh, some goals for the day. Um, so yeah, and I'm not going to repeat it because I just said it, but it might, some of that stuff might come up again in the conversation. Not scripted, not filtered for the most part. And as much as I want to say but it looks like the person just left, but that could be inaccurate, I suppose. Uh, just a moment, please. As much as I want to say, that I don't want people to I want people to be able to be themselves on this channel, and I want them to be comfortable expressing themselves and not worrying about judgment. That being said, I do kind of refer you to the few short comments in the side chat that I put there as I was setting this up, uh, which was pretty recently. Um, you might not, it might not apply because you might not think of, it might not be something that you need to hear, but it might be. Oh, hi, Kathleen. Well, and there's the answer, is it? You're all good. You're all good. I wanted to I've never used Shopify before, by the way, but I was thinking of reaching out because how are you, by the way? I actually uh, was a little unsure about rolling this morning. I don't know how honest I want to be about it. You can look at the side chat, like I say, and it's not that I don't want to be honest. It's just I don't know how much I want to get into it. And you might get a bit of an idea as to what I was saying. I think I just missed your live the other day, uh, the other night there, or it wasn't live, one of the two. I just have to adjust this cushion just a minute. Ugh. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, kind of same here. Kind of same here. The arthritis was a bit more noticeable about an hour ago. I'm still kind of congested. Um, I've got a lot on my mind. Um, and mental health, I mean, even for those of us in the helping professions, in the healing professions or whatever, we're still human, so it's probably something to kind of be looking at and working with. Just a moment. Where is that thing? There it is right here. Hopefully it did. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should also just read that out at least once, just in case chat doesn't show later. The person who's watching doesn't really need to hear it, but just for those that tune in after the fact, because just quickly, because it's interesting. You know, when I thought back about the experience the other night, one thing actually kind of stuck out. Maybe more than one thing, and some of it, just kind of somewhat. Uh, is that um, you know I had one in I don't want to get into too many details here, but basically I had one person trolling. They said that they wanted to do it because they were bored, which is I think a silly reason, but okay. And I think that was the one, and Just a moment. Said that thing going again? Where is the phone? I don't know. Okay, just a moment here. As you can hear, our phone is doing something. And I don't. It could be that medium. I'm not sure, but I hope not. I don't know where it is. I was watching for a call though. Anywho, basically, that they had decided after watching me for a little bit, and I guess seeing how that stream was doing, that they didn't want to be a troll. They wanted to actually, at least that's how they said it, wanted to actually have a genuine conversation, and I slept pretty. I usually do. I didn't want to get up at first, but then I kind of felt like I did. I wanted to do some stuff. I wanted to have some coffee and stuff, and yeah, I'm glad you're here, and we'll just take a nice pace with things. But yes, that was really weird. Our thingy rang. Well, I didn't actually hear it ring, which is the weird thing, and then I heard it beeping, and then our voicemail, and it seems like maybe they may have left a message, but I'd kind of like to know where that phone is. And yeah, I'm trying to process some stuff and struggling, and might appreciate some support around that. Sometimes it's hard to know where to reach out for support. You know, that phone, I saw it fairly recently, so this is annoying. Um, yeah, yeah, it was a weird experience. I'm very thankful I don't usually have on here because, you know, honestly, most we don't, you know, I don't deserve it. Most people don't. And, you know, just one more thing to anybody who sees this afterwards who might be that way and might hear it. We wouldn't want it done to us, or you wouldn't want it done to you. So, you know, um, you could take that two different ways. You could take it that if you do it to others, they may do it to you. Or you can just say, well, knowing how it would feel, I wouldn't want to inflict that on somebody else. I know that people that do those kind of things, it runs deeper than that, and there can be, even if they're not deep reasons, there can be reasons that, I mean, like I was called the N word. I mean, I know that, you know, and I feel mixed about it because it is one. Um, it says nobody's here now, but it is one of those words, though. I mean that. Oh, here it is, wrapped in something. Doesn't seem to say that I have a voicemail. Let me just see for a moment here. Are you still there, Kathleen? Are you still there, Kathleen? Sorry, I already asked that. Let me just see something for a moment here. Yeah, that's really weird, and also very interesting that you're here because um, G's sister had passed of cancer recently. I think I mentioned that to you. Okay, good. No, it's just the indicators being wonky. Anyway, and cancer care has called 3 days in a row. But I think the one day I didn't notice who it was at first, the first one maybe, and hung up or and answered, and there was nobody on the other line. I mean, we can't really afford to donate. My feelings about cancer is, you know, there's all this research done. Chemo is still very hard on people, um, and some often doesn't help, and sometimes makes it worse. And I don't know. I'm looking at it more of a symbology that loved ones that have passed of it. Uh, You know what? Just take it easy today. I mean, if you have plans that you can reschedule them. It sounds like you need to take a day for you just to kind of putz around the house. I mean, sometimes getting moving helps, but other times, and I mean, certain things you can't reschedule because that you know they're very important. They could only happen on a certain day. But other, you know, I just you know, obviously, you know, just you know, think of your well-being and what you need to do uh, for it. Um, but what was I saying? I trailed off from something. I've said as much as I was going to say about the cancer thing. Oh, do you have a yard? You can just let them out in, or yeah, you have lovely dogs, by the way. Ours already been out. Yeah, do you have, oh, don't forget to like, by the way. I appreciate that too, just that other people can see that, when the chat doesn't necessarily show afterwards. Um, or I guess you have headphones and stuff. I don't know if it's super, super cold in Saskatchewan. Okay, now it says a one again, which I believe is indicating you. Hopefully, I really, really appreciate you being here. Nobody else seems to be, yeah, nobody else is that at the moment. So, and I have no plans. I have no plans with this other than to chat. Really, you know how it is. Huh, I just saw that reminder. Um, could talk a little bit about the other day, what it was at, in a you know generic way. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to get those kind of things out there. Not that you needed it, but and yeah, just want to make sure that you're still here. I know you said the thing about the dogs. I don't know if that means that you're still here, but and sometimes it doesn't matter how long I'm rolling. It varies. It varies. Sometimes there's people chatting, and sometimes there's not. I was really glad though. It looked like I had lost a subscriber, um, and I couldn't even find her in searching. But I may have been spelling her name wrong. But I also think I just. And then I went to the live section today, and she was the first one that showed, and we had a good chat, and I don't know what happened, but but that's cool. That's cool. Um, are you still there? Um, and he's had a thing, so hopefully he says that. The bring to I'm also, because now that uh I want all of those short comments that I put to be noticed. I think that they're important, but I kind of marked one as kind of like the top one. Um, it's early-ish here. I'm slightly under the weather, but I'm glad to be podcasting. There was something I mentioned recently in one of my podcasts that I kind of want to mention again. And Kathleen, if you are still here again, please remember to like. I know that you are supportive of me and the channel, and enjoy your time here, the couple of videos you've seen. So just what want to indicate it with a like as well for the community. I'm listening, but won't be commenting for a bit. Okay. Well, like I say, if you can, if it's working properly, if you can like, that's great. And then yeah, if you just hang out and comment when you're able, that's fine, and you can catch up to anything you think to say when you get an opportunity to do so. That's cool. Things are obviously going pretty slow around here, but that's fine. Tomorrow's going to be very interesting, um, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't have much uh, uh, uneasy feelings, but maybe a little bit. But chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. And again, I'm not saying that for Kathleen, even though she's, I think, the only one here right now. But for those who, because we are still under 25 minutes in. Um, so yeah, I was watching a video. This may or may not be actually something not specifically for you, but something that I. Well, you know what? I think I already know, because I know that you accept something else that's kind of right in this area of things. So I think that this would be all good. But what I might do, well, okay. I'm gonna put that thought aside. It'll maybe be in this video. It'll maybe be in another one. Uh, okay, sounds good. I kind of want to wait, and I don't mind. I think I do have the radio on kind of light. I know I said I'm still under 25 minutes. If I stop talking and then start again, the dog might. Plus, he hears noises outside sometimes. But I was very, even though I was having some water and I had a bit of coffee, like 10, 15 minutes later, my mouth was very dry and I wasn't really talking. I was, or having my mouth hanging open. Um, and I'm still a bit congested. So I want to do this. I'm happy to be doing this, but I do want to kind of pace myself, like I say. And I'd like to find those green things that I was just using. I must have left them out there. It kind of works too. So, yeah, I've said what I need to say, and as far as that one thing, and I've pinned that. And I don't think it sounds like I'm making it up. I mean, maybe to some people it will. Or it might be like, oh, that's your way of, you know, making sure that people aren't trolling. But no, it was legit. I was actually somewhat surprised. Not that I've had a lot of dealings with trolls, but I was somewhat surprised that they actually kind of changed the tune a little bit there. But then there was somebody else who started off fine who changed the tune. But I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm not here for those games. Anybody who wants to play them, this isn't the channel for it. And honestly, I think you need to take a look at yourself if you're that kind of person, and and really ask yourself, is this really what I want to do on the internet? The kind of person I want to be, towards others. Like it didn't. I was able to kind of shrug a lot of it off, and it was kind of like just goofiness, just you know, almost the kind of things you would expect from a troll, to be quite honest. But and I know that I don't know, trolls kind of with two popular letters these days, but I don't know. But yeah, I was gonna say I was even called. Now some of it may have been like people who were doing like racism. I don't know, but I was even called the N word, which I don't know if I even want to get into that much. I mean, let's just say I know that it's used as slang by people who, mostly younger people who are not meaning to, who are using it just like as a way of being fun and goofy with their friends. Um, of both races, honestly, I've seen it. Um, that doesn't necessarily make it okay, but I would say that it's interesting to see how that's kind of evolved, with society. Also, possibly rap culture has done it, and where it's kind of like, um, I don't want to say, oh, I guess he shouldn't be here or something going on. No, I'm just observing. Anyway, just kind of saying if I was to leave the screen, but the dog just settled down nice, and I think maybe back soon. I don't know, maybe she is just putting her dogs in the yard. Um, um, and to anybody who sees this that saw that other one and made a certain comment, like, he gets all of his essentials taken care of. He gets lots of hugs and cuddles. He really does like us, and we couldn't think of doing anything bad to him. Like, that's just a disturbing thought. You know, People that would do that, they'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do it, and so what? And I don't want to get into, I don't want that just to get graphic or anything. So I'm just going to leave it at that. You know, I have been bothered by people that do those kind of things. And again, I think they need to look at themselves and say, is this the kind of person I really want to be? to other beings, you know? Um, and I don't think I can say it any better than that. Why he does all that noisiness when we first put him out, the only guess I can make, because I don't speak dog language, although they speak a little bit of human language, certain words, right? Is that he's kind of like, "Are you going to come out and play with me? Come on out and play with me. You're going to come out and play with me?" Or it's like, "I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to go out, but I know I'm being noisy, but I don't want to go out." That's all I can think. Because sometimes it is. It's not because he needs to. It's because he's just goofy. Anywho, but yeah. So, what else do I want to do in this? I do not know. But having some dialogue with somebody would be lovely. I could talk to myself and not stream if I wanted to. I mean, no, I'm glad that there has been some, and I'm curious to see uh, more happen with that. So, oh, there's those things. Okay, okay. Now that, uh, I guess I could have though, but that indicator could be wrong, and you might be back now, and it's just not saying it. Just like I'm pretty sure you would have hit the like button because I reminded you, and you obviously like it, but it's not showing. I'm tempted to let me just see something for a moment here. What? 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 Wow, that person's got 11 people waiting for their video. I guess because they've shown that they might be interested. Um, but Kathleen, you did say you were going to be back, so I'll wait. Uh, I do apologize for my slowness. There's nobody. Doesn't look like there's anybody here. I thought there was for a moment there, but and I understand that 28 minutes is not a super long time to ramble, especially when you look at some of my other ones and how long they are. But I just need to kind of watch that a bit more with this one. I feel like. Oh, other people they see, but then there's also speakers. So yeah. Well, I guess I could have ran upstairs. I did before I started actually, but I didn't know when she'd be back. Unless I put a note, but I don't know if she'd notice it. Unless she came to say, I guess you're not. I guess you've wrapped up. It just doesn't look like it. And then she noticed my comment. Um, you know what I'm gonna do? Well, I do have a I do have a question for the person who's with the friend who's been commenting when she gets back. She's like, I'm back. What's the question? I'm like, those 2 likes aren't from you, but I know that you're trying to. No, well, that too, but um, I'm just thinking about something I wanted to make sure I did today, and I think I, well, I want to say something on the top of the boat. Just a moment. I'm just going to get up and quickly do something that caught my eye over here. And the dog's going to be like, oh, looks like you might want my help too. Nope, absolutely. Okay. Well, yeah, I do have some things to be creating some purpose, but I've got all pretty much all day to do them. So, um, yeah, and Kathleen, if this is you that came back, if you can just let me know that, then I can say the thing that I'm waiting to say till you're back. And otherwise, I welcome others to join the chat as well. I've not been rolling super duper long, and the person left, or at least it indicated that. So I guess it's probably not Kathleen, but she did that. But she had reason. She had reason, and it was a good reason. And in fact, I think I will too for a moment here. Um, you know, and it's going to be under 2 minutes, so it's fine. At I mean, 5 minutes is not a lot. If people can't wait for that, then they aren't meant to be here on this street. That is. You know what? I just have a sense that the slightest move I make, you're going to get up and you're going to want to participate in something, even though we're going to cross over. That was kind of funny. So I'm going to talk about it. So I'll start by what happened, and then if when people tune in, I can be a bit more specific, maybe. Well, or I can say the other part of it. Um, uh, so I put the dog upstairs in the other room and went to get him a some water because that bowl was empty. It's just a tiny bowl, that particular one. Well, the other one's not much bigger, but anyway. And um, he got a little worked up at the same time. He kind of got a little bit making noises, and but he wanted to have water too, so he did a bit of both at the same time. I mean, really, the only other part to that to say is that they don't speak the same language we do, even if they understand some words. They don't speak the same language, and so it could have been you know and we've thought about doing narration videos for our dog. It could be that that yeah, that just heard that phone. Oh, it's in my pocket, right? That he would just say, "I was being mostly good. Why do I have to come up here?" Uh, you know, um, but like I say, just even though I don't have anything super strongly I'm focusing on with this one, I am live streaming. I want to be paying attention to what I'm saying, paying attention to what other people are saying, and if he wants to be vocal in his doggy language, it's just distracting. So love him, but yeah, family is sometimes right, even the four-legged ones. Cool, glad to have you back, Kathleen. The like didn't stick if you did try to put it, and I'm glad to have you here. I wanted to ask you something actually. Just a moment. So, as a content creator, you understand the concept and need to have mods sometimes, right? Um, and basically, I have I had three. I think I have two right now because the other one was hitting the liquor a little too strongly and just being a little bit sporadic. But the other one was being a bit goofy last time I heard from him too. But I've talked with him a few times, and it was Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, so maybe he was, you know. But the other one, it was kind of like as a thing to do. He lived in India, anywho. But basically, and the other one doesn't come online very much. But you seem to be online daily. And I believe that you're self-employed, so you don't work a lot of hours probably in a week. And aside from your own post, you check out your subscribers too, which is lovely. And basically, what I'm getting around to is I wouldn't mind making you just a standard mod. Um, you can still go to people's channels by right clicking, and you have that option. It's just the menu doesn't show exactly like it would otherwise. Um, and in doing that, my biggest request, my biggest, why I really feel like I need it is when I am, well, occasions like the other night, I managed, but it's very, very rare, thankfully. But yeah, I could have stood to have one of them there then. But is when I'm doing music and I am trying to focus on getting through a song. If you could just put certain people on timeouts, that would be great. um, and then I can address it afterwards. Um, I mean, I think that there are some things that are very, very obviously trolls and that kind of thing. Um, but like, I know that you're religious, but you are open-minded, so I appreciate that. I just, yeah, I just want to make. I think that would be the best way to do it because, um, yeah, just to. Oh, cool, cool, yeah, sounds good. I should maybe have some more coffee. We'll see. I had. I don't eat a lot of breakfast food, so I had not cake. It was like a loaf cake type of thing, and I had ha- discovered the most interesting product the other day, muffin tops, and it called them majestic lemon cranberry muffin tops. Um, and I was at a workshop that had them. They had a lot of sugar out for being what that place is, but and they didn't have water out. But I guess they figured people have their thermoses, or if they ask, they can get what they could do. Trip, although there was two. I don't know. Anyway, basically, yeah. So they had these things. I was able to bring them home, and so I had half. So I have my coffee, and I do in the morning, and after a nap, I do often have something sugary at the same time. This is the reason why I think I'm very likely pre-diabetic. People that use the Freestyle Libre thing, by the way, apparently, I don't know. It could just be that people have diabetes. Who knows what else going on in the diet? They're using that, and apparently it didn't work. I don't know. I didn't read the article, but apparently those devices may be faulty. I got one for free. Uh, Never figured out using it. I have an old phone and I have to connect it to my phone in a certain way, and I never did. But yeah, but it is getting closest to lunchtime. So I might make something. I know what I want to have, I think, and I'm looking forward to it actually, but I want to wait a little longer. But yeah, so basically what I'm saying is I've already had breakfast, and being what it was, I probably shouldn't have coffee. More coffee than I already have. But the warm beverage, I mean, at least tea's decaffeinated, but there's still the sugar. So then it was suggesting salt water. So it's not that bad at the moment. I don't know what I want. Yeah, not coffee. That's the main thing. Uh, but anyway, yeah. So, and I don't know if you're still here. So you did say that you were doing that, and I guess your family might be around too, eh? Like I say, I don't filter. I try though. You know, make jokes and stuff. But that's the thing. I have a sense of humor, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying that our sense of humor may be a little different from each other at times. So yeah, that would be my biggest request. Would be just to kind of put someone on a timeout so that I can look at their comment and decide myself. Sometimes it's usually to be honest. Uh, so ain't saying nay, so I'm gonna say let's give it a try as much as you're able to, and I appreciate it. Also, I don't know how all the ways that you're connected to. I guess I'll show with your next comment to Debbie if you're still even here. I don't think you're going anywhere when you're doing this stuff. I think the indicator's just rough. Anyway, I don't know if you can, because I know you can. Well, maybe as a mod, you might be able to take some. If you have somebody other than YouTube that you're in touch with her, maybe you could let her know. That we're both hanging out here, and she's welcome to join. Debbie Sue. Um, I've met a guy named Josu on here recently. He also seems to have another name, but so do I. Yeah, cool. You're welcome. I'm glad you appreciate it and understand where I'm coming from. And honestly, there's another one, although I'm going to have to wait till he tunes in, which means, yeah, I have two and three. So, yeah. I was going to say the more the merrier, but because, yeah, you know, one that's a mod, it is true that he has a certain perspective because of religion that you might also have, and I'd rather not. Uh, well, that's what she said. She was gonna come check out the channel and hang out on YouTube while she's recovering. I think it makes a lot of sense. So here I am. Here is she. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you have another way of reaching her, maybe you reach out. But if not, that's fine too. But yeah, recouping, not quite yet. What? Not quite yet. I think you meant recouping, but oh, you did type recouping. I read it as recouping. I understand uh, hot stone massages and type of all that stuff. Anywho, but yeah, that I'd rather not really get into because um, it did bother me. It did bother me, and I don't want to be bothered. I don't. Yeah, but it's the opinion. And he was younger, so we'll just. You know, oh, okay. Sounds like you're pretty. Sounds like you're pretty closely connected to her to know that. Did you say the first? So it's still under a week, I guess. As far as not talking religion, by the way, um, I think if it's done in respect, it's fine too. There's nothing wrong with somebody being religious as long as they're not overly preachy and as long as they're respectful. I mean, let's be honest. Whether someone's religious or not, I mean, a lot of us feel like we need support from more support than we sometimes get in our life. Um, there are many different reasons why one would be religious, but a lot of people it's because they're like, they have an idea of that, and I'm not going to talk about it super long, of that God is there to do for us and this and that, and and whether they're being selfish or they are just like, I need somebody in my corner. I need, uh, you know, Savior and forgive me, whatever it is, all the different things. You know, um, life can be hard, and but yeah, I have feelings about that. Don't know if I want to get into them. One thing I will say though is that he also gives us the angels, and that's what I feel, and that I had a very interesting experience the other day actually. But yeah, maybe I'll touch on that if you're curious. Other than that, yes, I want to kind of organize the couch a little bit more, organize this table a little bit more, eat. I was going to meditate, not exactly super sunny, it's kind of cloudy and snowy, but if I was going to do that with the intent to try and get some sleep, I'd have to do it soon. Otherwise, it's too close to when I usually nap, which is still a few hours away. Um, and I need to work on writing something out for G. And I wanted to read this from the other day a bit more. But I've got quite a bit of time, so I'm sure I'll be all right as far as that goes, and we do our best, right? Um, um, what else? Yeah, it looks like the like still isn't sticking. Those two were already there, just so you know. I go on about it because unfortunately, a lot of people use YouTube in a way where they're like, "How many likes does it have? How many of this does it have? How many of that does it have? I want all these subscribers, I have all these goals." And I get it. You get this, that, and it may tell you something, but at the same time, sometimes it's inaccurate, and also sometimes the numbers don't have to be big, for it to be a successful and enjoyed stream for the person doing it and for the people watching it. So it's kind of a way of social media, I think, in general a lot. But I'm not saying I don't get it or that I fully disagree with it. Um, but yeah, as you can see, you're still the only one here, so I appreciate it. Uh, oh, no, as soon as I say it, somebody those tuned in, watch it be Debbie. Whoever it is, feel free to say hi. And yeah, like I say, both of I was feeling in a few different ways. I almost didn't go today, but here I am. So you're welcome. Um, but yes, tomorrow. Well, if I do it all, it'll be late evening, and I'm thinking I'll probably just wait till Sunday. I don't know. I know that when I've done something fun and interesting, and it makes me think a bunch of thoughts, I could be prone to it. But and actually, I'm not going to get home as late as initially thought because I'm not going to stay at the full event because it's too long for me, and that's fine. Although I was going to look at the schedule, and that might tell me otherwise. Um, I also have to get back about that thing about volunteering, feeling a little bit confused, but also happy about something that was sent to me. Um, and see if it close all the way. Otherwise, I do have it open on here, I think, too. Although I think you opened other things. Which was silly of me because I knew that I'd want to go. Um, I think maybe they have a closing that lasts 4 hours. Okay, that's nice. How old is that one out of curiosity? That's good. Get some exercise and help out and allow you to stick around. See some other people in the chat too, but it varies. Okay, cool. Sweet 16, eh? um, I'm gonna have to look this up on the thingy. Now I'm kind of curious, but I don't know if I am. See, the thing I'm going to has an online schedule thing. You know what I did think though? I'm gonna play it by ear. I'm pretty sure with the networking opportunities that are going to be there for the amount that I'm going to be there for, I'm pretty sure that I'll connect with some people, and I've already thought that I might just say, you know, so what did I miss in the last 3 hours or whatever, you know? So if I haven't, that would be a real surprise to me, and then it might be like, okay, should I stay then? That's the only reason I want to. Otherwise, I can look and maybe it'll be like, you know, okay, I'm interested, but again, if somebody else can can tell me, then that's great. I'm gonna probably have lunch very shortly, but I might keep rolling as I sometimes do. Um, I'm just gonna open another tab next to this one for a moment, uh, because um, I'm actually just noticing your comment on my post. Wasn't the karaoke one, but that's it. That's really. But I don't use that section a lot. But sometimes because some people are noticing it. Oh, I seem to really be struggling the other day. How so? I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, and thanks, by the way. Um, I just saw it a moment ago. Okay, so it's 3 down. I just want to really quickly take a look at this. Won't take long. Uh, yeah, I don't really need to stay for the last. Well, they say 10 minutes, but So that sounds moderated keynote session with somebody, board member, supervisor continuity at that sponsored by a special greeting at 3:30. I was gonna leave at 2 from it, so I don't know. I might wanna see what that's about. I don't think I know any of the names of the people, but, yeah, maybe I'll just leave 2 hours early. Maybe stay for a bit of that, and then I don't necessarily need to see somebody get an award. Not that I don't support them getting one, but yeah, just so you know, get that during your and thanks for letting me know, by the way. Yeah, you had said something about how I wasn't seeming well the other day, and I was asking how so. Uh, Not necessarily disagreeing, but asking how so I didn't see. Uh, also, I usually have them set to a low setting if you well, you still can in ways. I usually have it set to a low setting, so I don't and I hope that at least these has. I don't know why they would show. Oh, okay. And only that? Probably not. Um, I might have to go upstairs and no, there's 2 here. Okay, so I think I know what I wanna do next, because they say that ibuprofen well, it depends. I mean, there are probably certain ones I wouldn't want showing too much. They make my mind think, certain things are like, too much of anyway, but yeah. Anyway, a lot of things make our mind think, don't they? Anywho, yeah, I almost wanna take a it's not bad, but I have a bit of a chest pain right and I almost wanna take an ibuprofen or whatever, but I hear that they're bad for the liver, blah, blah, blah. I don't take them often. I mean, something to know about me is I'm kind of ambivalent about life, but the more I've been thinking about it, not that a lot of things have changed, but they might be soon, and some things have for the better, and some things are already good. When I think about even the small number of people plus the YouTube community and a blog that I would leave behind if the body's gonna do what the body's gonna do health-wise and this and that. But, if I don't watch for those things, I'm surprised he's got money, or even monitoring me, but, um, that's where my that fear lies, what I would leave behind in this world and not being able to experience it. Otherwise, I'm good, But at the same time, that being said, of course I'm good, right? That being said, like I say, I do sense speaking of good, I do sense some things on the horizon, and I wanna be here for those things. So, I mean, yeah, but, so I have this muscle rub, and I kind of wanna look at it, look for it on the couch here, and it means that I could tidy up some clutter on the couch a bit too, so which was kind of one of the plans for the day. Then I just have to worry about the table and making that list for G. But, and lunch. I wanna eat lunch soon. But, I actually yeah, that was the thing. That's the thing about sometimes not eating a good breakfast. I'm usually hungry by, like, 11:30. And sometimes more noticeably so. I mean, I got some stuff while I was out the other day, and I'm looking forward to having it. Even though I am semi-vegetarian, I because of the RFID and stuff, I do eat meat. I mean, so I got a chicken salad, and I was gonna have it I know this may sound weird, but whatever, with pizza bite thingies. Um, I think I was thinking of having it in something else, and I actually get that form. I think that would work, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll start saying might not even that reminds me, somebody said, um, a recipe, and I thought, some things have ingredients but don't seem like a recipe, like pizza pockets. Going to have to run. I hope you feel better soon. Hope you have a good day. Thanks. Glad that you're here. Yeah, if you got things to do. I guess you're feeling up to doing them now. So that's good. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of pizzas in the freezer too, but that's more of like a heavier meal, and honestly, I would prefer restaurant pizza, but she buys them a lot, and they were on sale recently, so we have quite a few. But yeah, but no, yeah, they're pretty good too. They don't seem very cheesy, but you can add anywho. Uh, yes, feeling like I really need to buy those thingamajigs, and for that rub. Uh, it's very mild, and I don't experience it often, but it's like this slight pain. I don't know how to explain it really. That's what it is. Um, so oh, we sometimes add extra cheese to frozen pizza. Yeah, I mean some of them don't seem to have much. We've also been getting the stuffed crust ones quite a bit. Some of them have a lot of sauce though, like too much almost. But we've been adding them to. I mean, sometimes I add the stuffed crust better than pizza. um, ours is. I'm always worried. Oh, is it going to see this? But now we're. But he is good at doing virtual appointments, and I might book one soon. But I mean, it's been only 3 or 4 months since I've seen him. I've heard he talked to the same doctor, but he's just okay of a doctor. But he's accessible. He's nearby, so that's that's for us as good drivers. Because some people have three cars. My mother is driving a Vicar. I said, you need a Vicar more than one, because she had that minor fender bender. Apparently, one of her sides of the fenders was already from somebody who was going faster, but still, they like a few months ago, in the summer, I think she said, I don't think I knew about that. And then I was with her, the other one, minor, uh, ran a stoplight, or stop sign, and I thought it was just a little scrape. I don't know if insurance covered it. She did find out last night. I don't know if he practiced it. He did a long day at work though, and we talked about other things. But says like a couple $1,000. Even I mean I don't know if that with insurance covered it or not, but and the other side cracked too. So and she was wanting to return it the other day, but she decided yes, it's not very nice, and save him cabbing. We'll just pick him up, return it tomorrow. I think it's from the place that's at the end of her street. Um, and but she really liked uh, the front was, and it looked big to me. But anywho, I don't know why I was saying that. Oh right, yeah. So she has a car, but it's been rental right now. And they used to have two. She doesn't. I'm surprised. I guess she got used to driving a bigger vehicle. She doesn't mind it. What if I have pneumonia? I think I'd know it more. Once you get it, I don't know if pneumonia is curable. Joke to a lot, kind of joke, but I did put that one in because it's not really joke-worthy. But I said I have the boogie woogie flu. I'm rocking the boogie woogie flu. I think that's what my grandmother passed of, although she'd had some cancer. She had, but I know that my life would go on, and I'd watch over my loved ones and be there for them as much as I could on the other side. There's still a fear. There's still a fear, though. Oh, you're going to go back to sleep? Possibly, maybe, to the sound of my soothing voice. I thought you were saying you had to go out somewhere. You can't do that. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, again, you're the only person here. I do think I'm going to have to run upstairs in a moment, and I also want to put some of this stuff somewhere. Really hasn't taken much off the couch because it was on the back. This has an interesting. I know it's a shirt. It has an interesting story behind it, but I could tell you because you're the only one here. I don't know. I don't know. we are getting to know each other, but yeah. So I'm not noticing it quite as much as I was a moment ago, but sort of still. And I know that there's two tubes of that stuff on the couch here. Uh, does this have just regular note paper in it? It should. It should. It does have that section. Could, if I really need something, I could just use that, I guess. Ugh. Thank you, but not sure. But you know, part of me thinks this was worth it. Just do it for a bit. And part of me thinks I'm here to meet more people, inspire, be inspired, and and just have somebody with us during our day. I mean, um, even for people that have a lot of friends, and I won't specify whether it's you or I don't, maybe, but you know, uh, sometimes a lot of them are working. Tis this busy season, and then also in school or whatever. And then also sometimes you just don't know unless you know, because there's always the same people. You sometimes don't know who to reach out to. It's just I mean it's just a general post, but yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Although I don't know if there's that many people that know me in person, but there's some that here. Um, and I'm not too sure about one person. So and I believe she's traveling right now. So but, okay, speaking of traveling, I'm gonna bring this over there. Bring this over here because I'm nice. Oh, oh dear. I almost have to close this. And possibly my energy level of the especially if they don't smarten up. That's how it'll go first. I'm not going to frozen for very long then. This is actually, yeah, somebody just like, we don't have, or medium, we don't have that. Can I put it in a large? Well, it's like if you have to, sure. It's actually, and they last, it's good. Like, am I going to say, I mean, I guess it might weigh more. It was from the deli. It's like, am I going to say, no, I'd rather have less for the cost of a medium? And they do it by weight anyway, so it's a bit confusing, I guess. But at least I thought they did. But and it's not the ones who they're close by, but it's not the ones who dish it that price it. Or I guess they do. They put the sticker on it, so I guess that's yeah. But what if I said, "Oh, all the way"? Okay, would she have then said, "Well, then it's going to be it's going to be whatever large." I mean, that would make a lot of sense. But maybe she's not sure. I feel nice. I'm still charging for a medium. I should have tried it. Just kidding. I quite like it. Not as much as I did last time I had it, but I did quite like it. But what about do I want? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Why am I seeing that? I guess I'm used to it being over there. Like, why am I seeing that art kind of covered? I've not noticed that before. What's different? I guess it's the way I have the screen tilted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I want to let the dog down. How much longer am I going? I don't know. I do have to watch what my body's telling me too. So, you know, I mean, a lot of people would say, you don't have to do this for others. For others. If you feel like you can't, then don't. Feel like you're not up to it. But as much as others can get good things from it, I do too. And I have with what's transpired so far. I'm not trying to sound greedy, but I guess I get into momentum and I get goals too. And there's part of me that kind of feels like, yeah, I kind of want to them. So like I said, I never had that. I know that it does happen. Actually, I never ever seen it. So, and you should talk about cheese. That would actually go good with it. Right. It, cheese. I don't have that or that. I should use this up. Might have to be too late. A little more this time. I don't think that'll do it. Have Sunday. I have I have breakfast uh, arranged for us tomorrow, and I just realized I'm already getting behind on medicine. I'm thinking it's probably going to be fruit. I'm not really sure how full on it's going to be. I do know, like I say, that I'm a little bit picky about breakfast food. So, but free food is nice, and I love the event. And I'm sure that I'll enjoy stuff. Part of me is really sad that I can't bring cheese, but there's somebody coming to buy something, possibly more than one person, it wasn't me. And the dog, be alone too long, and there's some other things that he needs to do. And he doesn't really fit the. He doesn't, but mostly doesn't. Let's change the mind. Sometimes it's in so to do it. me, right? The little ass- Restaurant. Well, I haven't eaten yet. Even if I did, I might be able to have that much appetite. But I am a little under the weather, and I did go recently, and I don't know what to say. Other than I wish I hadn't noticed. But yeah, there's still snow on the top of our mailbox, and yep, there was something in it. Like, and it's on the lid, you know. But anyway. I don't know. Well, if I did get something, I could always take it home. I do have it in mind. I don't know. I'm looking up about them. I don't know here. Um, hmm. Hmm. You know, as the young guy that goes with all the old people. Because, you know, my mother and my step are older than me. Fancy that, eh? I mean, I suppose my step could have been younger. That would have been interesting. I wonder how common that is. I don't want to tell them I'm under the weather. Yeah. Because I'm mostly not. You know, mostly a head cold now. Hmm. 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 Used to. Doesn't mean that's how I like it, but that tastes a bit too much like tuna almost. But you can do a lot of stuff with it. It's good with a lot of stuff. Hmm. 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 I don't think she's going to budge with her previous statement. Even though I could have helped and wouldn't have necessarily been a hindrance, I think she would think I'd be really hard to keep up with. They all talk slow, and Tony will get very frustrated and worked up. It could be. You know, even though that's really good. Even though we live next door to the guy, it's not the fan blowing the things that pull it up to my but even though we live next door to him, I don't know which one to put in there tonight. Or maybe I should have used that plate. I think I would. I don't know if I can handle that, but I don't get into long conversations with him. Partly because he's got definitely Alzheimer's, and he nods. It's like, oh yeah, you know, and you know, so it's not the easiest to get into deep conversations with him. You know, every now and then I kind of do with the wife, and he's kind of there nodding along, but I bet that's hard for both of them because, you know, she maybe knows that he used to be different before his effects of aging, right? I just don't really think I want to make the there's another one. I just don't see it right now. want to make the here. I'm really not chumping out like whatchamacallit, and I'd rather give it to him fresh, whether I have any or not. That might be interesting with it if I wanted to do up a little bit of this. I wish I would have gotten 2 of them. I had the money. But, funny. The other day there was a couple of clumps. I was like, I'm going to make some meatballs out of that. Which actually I think I already put in there, come think of it. But I might throw up more. And then that time, not so much. But, yeah, it's not like the other ones, Mexican, the other type. Mexican, it's more of a looks more like the other stuff. I like it, the regular. Like if it's Mexican, it's supposed to have red peppers in it. It doesn't look like it does. Or seasonings. This venti ground stuff. Like the steak, it doesn't look like it has much ingredients, in other words. Yeah, I like that. But you know what? It did have a very plant-based. It still had a very steaky taste. And I guess it's not a favorite taste. I enjoyed it because it was something kind of different and nostalgic from my youth. But it was just I. Yeah, I actually think that I might be more against it too because of that reason. And maybe you're just hanging out there for a minute. I don't know. It's not that nice out. What do you want? That coffee? No. Okay. Right. It's early, otherwise I'd be pacing myself a bit more. You know what? Did I put any butter in there? Well, that was silly of me. I meant to cook this in some butter. That'll have to do. And put it in the pan. And instead, I put it in the bowl with my food that I've already got happening. Okay, that's on though, so I should probably put this over here. Did I just take this out of there? If I did, it's not that hot. Put it back in. Maybe I just put it in for a few seconds and then got distracted. Took it out. But today I felt the need. Today I felt, yeah, somewhat surprisingly. Because it does. It gets very quiet and lonely around the house. Whoops, I have this on top of the on microwave. Good me. You know, during the day. And I've been, for the past little while, I've been having to manage with those isolating feelings. But it's not who I am. Just like anybody, I do appreciate time to myself and, quietness sometimes. But I'm pretty wired in a social manner. And I did talk on a friend's chat. And I wasn't seeing anybody else live that I was familiar with. Or there was that one, right? But yeah. Actually, that means I could probably close that if I still have it open. I don't know if I do. Unfortunately, otherwise it would be myself. Yeah, because it's closer to the front. Oh, good enough. Good enough. I don't want to wait around for any longer. And it's either pre-cooked or something that doesn't have to be fully cooked to be okay to eat. It's really that I'm heating it up. And apparently spilling some of it on the stove, and I didn't even realize that stuff had bounced behind the... This is a lot more than I'm really not that much here. May not be the most hygienic, but it'll work. Yeah, that's what I put it in last night. didn't really, I don't know. It needed more. Something. I don't know. So, at least when I read about the system, my that's language I use, I got me anything back. Kind of said, this is how I see it. This is why I'm reading a little bit. It's my channel, after all. So if I just fully decided that, I mean, if they said we would like to invite you, but it almost didn't look like it was going to happen because of the difficulties bringing him out and this and that. We would like to invite you, garlic mustard. No, a little bit more. Not nice, but no. I am eating. And it could be much the same experience. Well, it is a bit earlier though, so it could be really busy there, which great for the singing, not necessarily for a nice, relaxing atmosphere. I felt pretty good now. I mean, the chicken salad didn't seem to have as much as maybe it's just dried, just from the other day, but it made it very mustardy. That might be a bit much, but then it's not big. But I'm not going to if we can have it. It's just quite good though. Good way to have it. I could probably get it from our deli, although I'm not sure if I've noticed it. Closer. Online, maybe, I don't know. That's the thing about doing shopping that way. I've heard that they shop out of the warehouse then. So that might mean that deli items, although I see it on the website, deli items aren't available. I've never really tried. Because it's one of those things I kind of like to go and see for myself, because, a shopper might think, well, it doesn't look that great to me, but that's what they want, so I'll get it. And I might agree it doesn't look that great. Who knows, right? So, That's weird. It says the ringer is off, but it doesn't say silent mode is on. I know I'm putting that call in tonight. Possibly about the cake. Put that down on the cake, maybe? I've got the flavor tomorrow. Hi, how's it going? Okay. That's okay. We just realizing that wasn't immediate. If you need a few more minutes, communicate something I can wait. Okay. Um, you can handle that like a check. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out. So, believe it or not, I'm talking. So far, just that artist has been there for a little while, and I still feel my mixed feelings for the reason. But yeah, I just felt the itch to do so. Um, I am trying to figure out something, so I want to call you about it quickly. I noticed that that guy that sometimes goes to Marge and Tony's had just arrived a few moments ago, and I know she said the things that she said, and I almost kind of agree. Like, he does struggle to keep up with conversation, and he's more than he can deal with. Not that I have no idea things I might talk about or whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just thinking. Although I did just finish a light but really nice lunch with some leftovers. I'm trying to get all these bills, especially if they invited me and if the vehicle, I'd worry about that part. And if I ordered something, I could bring the rest home or whatever. And it's a bit earlier than when we were there, when I was there more recently. So the karaoke thing might be a possibility. Oh, that's the only thing I wouldn't be able to do every weekend. Well, unless I brought it back home. I don't like to leave the host Wi-Fi with it in case it doesn't reconnect. But how we do it anyway. Yeah, so I don't know if that helps the decision or not. Like if they invite me, if I should. No, remember recently I tried to go to that place and I see what thing is. I guess I just associate when that guy goes there that I think when they're going to that place, they mentioned it. Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to figure out whether I should go if invited, or yeah. Yeah, and I just hope that you won't be mad later if Tony is struggling with conversation, or yeah. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe. Okay, I'll see what happens. So I might be going up. We'll see. I feel mostly not under the weather, but low energy. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Okay, and we'll talk to you later then. Is there any updates at all, by the way? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see the message from here. Okay. All right. Thanks for looking. Talk to you later. Oh, that actually tired me out. Not because, just because I'm already doing the podcast, I'm already feeling so. Not because it was bad or anything. Why? No, and they're still there. I don't know. Maybe he's not taking them anywhere. Maybe he's just, holy smokes, he's pulled up too much at once. Maybe he's just visiting them. He just often comes to do errands. They're not pretty isolated too. Maybe. I mean, he saw me when he came in. I'm going to leave this open even though maybe nobody in the area. Put it in there. Then we go from there. He had almost forgotten. That was only like a couple months ago. Hi, Ray. You're just giving me any of your cooties right now, right? Well, I was really thinking of doing so. Are you sure? But I don't wanna get you tired, so just we can pace ourselves. I did want to say though that did really well the other day at the workshop, and the things that you expressed very beautifully, and they did have an impact, and I felt like you should know that, like they had a positive impact, and thanks for the things that you said, kind of about me, and you're welcome for the early Christmas gifts. Don't touch them till Christmas. Like I said, me and G might, because my sniffer is not the greatest, and especially with how I've been feeling. And isn't, but they smell fine. So I'm going to assume that that donated clothing had been washed, and and it's all good. But I think I have what I want to wear tomorrow figured out. If I was to look at that stuff, there'd be too many options. Although I know a couple I'd rule out, but I still have to pick from 3 or 4. I've already decided. I was like, you know what? It's something I've known for a while. But I found this thing around the house and I didn't recognize it once. And then it must have been a hot date. I forgot that. I don't really do those. I'm not opposed to them, but I don't really do them. So, but actually, now that I think about that, I wonder if I wonder if I want to try and avoid that coming up and being awkward. I mean, some people be like, "Oh, normal. Why would it be awkward?" It's just, yeah, it's not something I really do. And somebody tuning in just in that moment, probably thinking, "What isn't something you really do?" Podcasting can't be that. Live streaming, but you do that all the time. I might repeat. If you're curious, you can ask. Or maybe that moment has passed. I'm not sure. But yeah, so my friend Ray was just giving me a few nice words, and and kind of joked that she wouldn't be any more helpful in choosing the items than I would be. I appreciate likes, comments, welcome, and I'm curious. I've been rolling for a while. This one's been a bit quieter, but that's fine. There's been some conversation, and I welcome you to be the next person to join in. And I did put some comments. Well, I got that one that's kind of been highlighted that it may not apply to you, or it may be something that you need to hear. So I'll let you look at that. It's short. I was not shouting it, just capitalizing it. And other than that, one moment, please. Yeah, it's close to noon. It's going to be even busier. Okay. She says, whichever way it happens, but why don't you sing something? Oh, gosh, what would I say? It would just be so much easier as So we got two of you here. I'm thinking of doing some music, but I'm also just chatting. So welcome. And yeah, one of you, and that's the one that's maybe meant to be here. So I appreciate you being here. And yeah, so I'm feeling a little musical. I am. Looks like you left. That may be inaccurate. If there's too much of that, I'm going to roll up because my head is not in a place to ignore that right now. But also, I mean, in one stayed for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's true, but I don't know. I just prefer people that say what they're thinking and feeling, and hopefully, it's kind and nice thoughts. I mean, yeah, that's yeah. But yeah. Hey, hush. But that's the other thing is he was up there for about 30 or 40 minutes. Kind of kept him out of my way. Now he's mostly being good, but he was hearing some noises when the door was open outside, and now he's kind of still reacting to that a little bit. But I don't know if I want to put him back up. I don't want to say no to the invite. What I might end up doing is just say, I wondered if you might, because I saw, and I thank you very, 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 very much for asking me. Some other day, I might be definitely more up to it. I wish I was two people. One of me would say yes. But today, I can't. It's not that I can't. It's that I don't know if I feel up to it. So, yeah. So, I'm looking through some songs here. Our dog is still somewhat reacting to some noise he heard outside when the door was open. So I apologize for any background noise from him. And yeah. I will admit, though, I am feeling slightly tired and lightheaded. Chest is a bit better. It's a bit just more tender than a bit of a pang. But yeah, you know, and if I'm meant to go out today, it's not the nicest out, even if I'm in a car. What if his heater doesn't work? Then I'm in a car that's still pretty cold, you know? Nice butt. That's one of my friends. I just hear something out there, and I think the dog might be doing something that he shouldn't do. You being good? Good, you're being good. Have they left yet? Then I can stop thinking about it. Look at the hat. How inconsiderate of them not to ask. No, just kidding. But I don't know if. Oh my gosh. I don't know if they had been at the door and that's what the dog was barking at. Kind of busy enough. Teddy Fresh. Jack Black, do you want to? She must be really be far behind. I'm not seeing what she is reading. And yeah.
also happens to give food for the birds, the bees, wildlife as well. It gives a little bit.
Let's have the talk.
Thank you so much. Building our own homes, we take away from their habitat, so it's time to share what green spaces we can. Max, hello, welcome. We're doing well.
I don't see that one comment I was a little bit unsure about, but
so I have like things like onions. These are
you better pay with a blog person.
I got green onions as well. So this is a folding onion variety.
Okay, because now I seem to be at the top. But let me just. Oh, messages. Every single one of them.
Always room to learn and grow. And then of course I also have green onions from store-bought. So I like to grow in all different ways. I call myself a scrappy gardener. Just try to be resourceful, but also try to be smart as well, observing what nature does and replicating much of that as possible. Gardening can add up really quick.
Isaiah being so biblical. So I did exert a bit more energy than I needed to if I would have known how that would have played out, but
You're saying I do potato gardening too. I grow potatoes. Nice.
Well, I may have read out when I typed it.
Excellent.
Or like the previous one.
Les, you're saying, Becky, I want to get seeds for this. Oh, nice. Les. Rebecca's saying, Les, wow, you have 21 different types of basil, Rebecca. Wow.
That doesn't sound real.
That is a ridiculous amount of basil. Gosh, okay. All my basil didn't make it past spring. Oh, no. Well, Jackie.
Okay, there's where we're at. I just saw the comment as she read it practically.
Okay. 6 half a dozen. I do have blueberry, raspberries, pomegranate.
That doesn't mean that the one I was kind of looking for wasn't at the bottom and then she scrolled up. Not really noticing her scrolling. She's also not really doing much gardening. I don't do this very often, but I'm not saying anything bad about her. So it was quiet and I was bored. I would say everything you did that you remember. Okay. Perfect.
Nice. Yeah, lemon trees, excellent. I started one from seed, and then I also have a grapefruit tree that I started from seed as well like 2 years ago. It's exciting. Hello again, leading. I'm rolling to lead on the street. Oh. Excellent. Sorry, I got really. Hello from Maryland, Wayne. Good to see you again. It's really sunny. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm going to be wrapping in a couple minutes here, but thank you for hanging out as always. Super fun and always learning from you guys. I'm studying winter grammar, freezing zone right in zone 8A, North Texas, and I have like baby folding onions from seed. I'm going to unpot these, but the discussion has been so good that I've been distracted. So I will unpot that. But yeah. 6 half a dozen. You also compost and do webcasting. I love it. Are you 6,000? Well, I look forward to learning from you, Master Gardener. That's exciting. I'm familiar with Master Gardeners. I've not explored it myself, but how awesome. Faith, you say, I only order
Asian lady beetles? I mean, she is that. It's a bit weird to say.
I don't necessarily bring bugs into my garden, but I do try to attract them, or rather, they naturally come. For me,
African basil? I guess that's a thing I didn't know about.
Sustainably is right through time, right? So what do they always say? They say like first year gardeners get really discouraged because you're growing a lot of new green things, and who comes? The garden pests come, right? But then second year is when all the bugs that eat those pests come as well as the birds. The third year
and just because it is that.
So you're gonna try gardening, at least try to the third year, right? Because that's when your ecosystem is gonna be developed, especially for
it's weird, he just start talking to Doctor Who. Hold on a minute.
Wait, how amazing! I'm so jealous. Does that mean your cherry tree is very prolific? Those maybe. Oh, okay, 6 half a dozen. How cool. Okay, yeah, I'm not growing cannabis. I can appreciate people who grow it. Okay, well, let me know if you end up posting anything else. 6 half a dozen. Rebecca, I give away seeds. Yes, Rebecca. Rebecca, how awesome! Yeah, I need to figure out my seed library situation so that Rebecca can send me seeds for her seed library. That's such a cool concept. Were you guys aware of this free seed library thing, or like even like a library exchange?
Okay, so if she does roll long enough, she's a bit of a distance before mine.
Oh, that's kind of tricky. Jonathan, ladybugs swarmed my house in the fall. Nice, Jonathan. Wait, I grew onions in the kitchen. That's perfect from store-bought, right? It's great.
But I know what I'm listening for, so
I personally don't like soil in my
when my
house.
comment comes
I
up.
think it's a little bit too
Not that I don't care about the other people in the conversation or anything, but I'm trying to focus here, and I'm just, you know, I think I'm struggling to keep up with conversation that I'm not leading or at least pacing myself right now.
Wow, that is amazing.
That's why I go by leading after all. Just kidding. But sometimes I need the others to kind of lead into the conversation.
Oh no. Oh gosh, Queen Farmer. Mesh over citrus trees. Okay. I don't typically mesh my citrus trees. But yeah, like the swallowtail. Hello, Chill. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna have to go ahead and wrap now, but great conversation, and clearly there are a lot of people really passionate about growing foods or just growing trees in general. So excited. I'm live Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays at 11 a.m. Central. So I hope to catch you guys next week. You guys have a lovely weekend.
She's organized.
Take care. We'll be in touch as I continue to winter garden and get my freezing zone. I'm there. Okay. I gotta. Oh yeah. Gotta go. Everybody, take care. Bye.
Okay.
Be well. Be well until next time.
I did put a please afterwards to send somebody over here, but she had to wrap up. That's fine. Holy smoke. We know what running looks like. I don't know about running.
Over an hour and a half away. She was quite not by the time she got there, she had passed. She passed in the car on the way there. If they would have left her at Morton Farm, they would have hydrated her.
Cheryl something. Guess she was just out for a walk and ran into somebody, and now she's kind of recording that conversation. And people always have their phones on, or I don't mind.
Well, at first, no, they took her in an SUV. 2 women and a man.
She's very expressive.
And no, they don't know what happened. They got away with murder.
Possibly drunk or high, or some sort of health problem, but just the way that she raises stuff is really good. That's a cozy vibe.
Gonna sound so good on my strap. Yeah, there he is. We miss you. You're one of the best people on my channel, and I needed to contact you, and I'll put my email. But eventually, we might do like little giveaways and shit, and you're one of the people that's gonna be part of getting stuff like in for that. So I'm gonna put my email tonight. I'll put my email in my description. And yeah, you can like message me. You can message my email because I wanted you to be able to receive. You know, if we get big, we might receive a brand new.
I don't do a lot of electric guitar stuff these days.
I want you to be part of that. So yeah, and we really missed you, man. You're the fucking best.
And
You're the fucking best, mate.
with the way I'm feeling right now, I don't think it's what I would want to listen to. I was talking to one particular person in particular, his mod, I think, and he did come back to the screen for a moment, but very, very briefly. And he's really wanting.
You guys want to know what's crazy?
Lots of things. You pointing the guitar like that?
I do not have a guitar strap. I'm holding the guitar with my like. I'm adapted. I don't even need a strap. Like. I can play a full show without a strap. I can play a full show standing up without a strap.
I think they can, though. Anyway, sorry, I was a little bit distracted for a moment there. Okay, and somebody left. But I mean, I was looking at the screen a moment ago. They were there, so they couldn't have been there more than a few seconds, or at least it looks like they left. I do like bass. That is true. I don't know, that flavor went too big on that screen that you allowed. Makes me feel like there's a fire in the corner on this tree, which looks like the cat has one too. Because oh no, that burning in Asher. That's kind of funny. I guess he has other people there too, distracted by the sounds of it. Unless he's talking to the viewers. Like a good host, as I try to do. Okay, now he's got his guitar again. Sitting a little bit closer. Man, those are some thick bases on his shoes. Rims, whatever you call them. Because, yeah, he saw me going out there to check the mail when he was coming out. But we didn't really say anything to each other. I was paying attention to the mailbox, and we weren't really looking in each other's direction, but I noticed him. Well, guy seems likable enough, fellow musician. But obviously feeling the musical grooves a bit more than feeling the want to chat, so. Lost my ADHD at that point in time, and what on God's green earth is this? Monkeys at a zoo, but
I did it my own self, me and my kids. We did it our own self. But thank you so much for asking. Yes, what's up? Somebody's asking me a question. No, California. Alright, it's North Carolina. Oh, so sorry. I think I missed that. I didn't check it nicely. But thank you so much for being here. I don't take a lot of support for granted. God bless you. Thank you. Let me down. Hey, let me down for you. Thank you so much. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Thank you so much.
never heard it said that way, I don't think. She looks a little bit like Lindy, but what?
Francisco Bay area. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm from Enugu State, but I'm based in Abuja. Hey, thank you so much. I'm smiling for you. I'm smiling for I'm alive for you. Your girl is loyal. I'm humble. My hands are all. Thank you so much for being here. I don't take a lot of support for granted. Your girl is also in Nigeria, but in Cape Town, South Africa right now. God bless you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I love your life. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for loving the life. God bless you. I am from Denmark. Oh, hi, how are you? Thank you so much. Yes, are you Igbo? No. I'm not Igbo. Your girl is Benin. I am from Edo State, Nigeria. Yes, I am Benin from Edo State. Nigeria. Don't we are minority. Most people don't know about Edo State.
Didn't feel like wrapping up yet.
You guys, I know, except you're from Nigeria, then you would know that they know the Benin's. Otherwise, people across, they don't know Benin that much because we are not too much a minority. So we've got the Hausas, Igbos, and Yorubas that are quite popular. Yes, I'm from
I still
South
love
Africa. My gosh. My cousin just got married in the month of May. to one of your ethnic. Oh my God! Oh my gosh! If you out there and had traditional. Hey, let me back for your coffee. Thank you so much for telling me. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm from South Africa. Thank you so much for watching all the way from South Africa. Your daughter is in Nigeria, but you came from South Africa right now. Have I told you that? Have I told you that? Oh my gosh! Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yeah, you
much.
said it a few
Yes, I
times. You must
love
be very happy
your
about it.
nationality here in water. Oh my gosh! Really? Oh my God! It means you
I thought you'd seen my.
Thank you
Oh,
so
she's got a lot of energy.
much. Thank you. All
6, 7,
right.
get Gerald.
Said to South
And I'm using my
Africa,
grandson.
wife in Canada. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! That's so cool to know. Yes, please thanks. Oh my God! All right, thank you so much for being here. I don't take a lot of support for granted, guys. God bless you. Thank you for supporting me. When you support me, you're not just supporting me, you're supporting our big family. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm from Slovak. Is that a country? Please let me know. Can I see your country, please? Double tap the screen if you haven't already. The best way to support your girls. Double tap the screen if you haven't already. Do that to support your
She's a little bit like Lorena, but I guess it may be a coconut thing. Just the way that she talks.
Oh, granted, Annie, how do you tell your crush you like him? Oh my gosh, see me. I don't think there is anything to hide. If I like somebody, I go to you, I like you. If you like me back, please let me know. If you don't like me back, rest. Just back, I will lie for you. I will lie for you, Roger. That's what it be. I will just tell you, I like you. If you like me back, let me know. If you don't like me back, all right, rest. And the earlier the better. Because if you're keeping it, before you know it, some other person might like you, or you might like some other person. See?
It's nothing to do with religious because I've been getting along with religious people, and I do sometimes. She's pretty hyper, and I'm thinking that's like right now just what I can't keep up with. Definitely prefer seeing this guy stuff than Hillary's stuff.
Are you sure? Okay, I'm thinking of private land until on the Christmas tree. I've got something to tell you about. Right. Now, I don't know what you think.
It actually seems to be strong with quite a few of them. I think I've seen this guy before because it says I'm already subscribed. Right now, I'm the only one. Well, there's been 2 others, but they haven't said much. I'm the only one there. And he's only got. I don't know how long he's been rolling for because it doesn't say that. I wish I would just keep all checked on. But what I'm noticing, I'm not sure if this guy speaks English. I don't know if I'm noticing that or not. It looked like he looked at what was said and didn't say anything, and somebody else, one other person so far, is not speaking English to him. Suppose I don't know what he's looking at. I might not be looking at the comments. I'm totally for people focused on what they're doing and valuing what they're doing, but I think you should be glancing at the chat every now and then, and if something's being said, you should Speak to it. Or is that just me that thinks this? You back or are you away? I wish that you could be on the screen while I'm away.
Yeah, open carry. Yeah, you can open carry, but you still got to be careful with that open carry because that's a setup, y'all. Don't think that you could just walk around just carrying your gun and yeah, you can, but you got to be careful. Make sure you have your right credentials with you too.
Not in my country, you can't. And that seemed like gun promotion, but I know a lot of it's virtual. Like the look, don't understand the username or the thing on his head. It might be all virtual, but also see, for some reason, this one was a little bit easier to look. I hate to say that. But anyway, it is that by person might be an American who's like, well, they're allowed in Canada. I mean, they're allowed here, so yeah, some people shouldn't, but otherwise, it's totally fine. And I guess I feel mixed about it, but most of me thinks nah. Bear arms, on the other hand, maybe. Depending on the arms, depending on the bear. No filter. I'm sorry. Yeah, buddy, Golden JP are here too. Now, have you told JP to maybe simmer down a little bit? One, because it's a podcast, but that's usually when you get a visit, and two, because of how I'm feeling. No, but you just did. Touche. Now we're just happy to hang out for a bit, bud. And if you want to chat, we'll chat. If you want us to be entertaining, we'll entertain. If you want to entertain us, it's all good, buddy. I opened it more the other day than I did lately. Because we look at the world, answering questions based on that. And I thought I did speak mostly to mine, but I do that one. I don't know. There may have been one other one, but well, this time I guess I could have went up briefly to the washroom. Nobody was even here to know any difference. Okay, well, the thing about this guy is he definitely has non-English in his chat. Almost entirely. And I'm not sure if what people are saying is his language or not, because he doesn't seem to be reacting. He's just kind of sitting there reading. I have to say something to this one, so just a moment, please. Yeah, I wish I could pull it off like that. Did I just hear that right? Or am I mishearing something maybe? Possibly. Okay, the dog's about to settle down, but I do have to go upstairs for a moment. How long do I have to subscribe to you before I can say something? Because that's turning me off a little bit. There we go. be able to. It's an interesting sound. I kind of want to have it in the background a little bit. I'm just going to have problems with it. Sorry, I was waiting a little bit longer than intended. Doesn't look like there's anybody here to say it to, but and, you know, the likelihood of somebody watching 2.5 hours in is not very. So maybe I should plug this in where I usually do and watch what I was watching. Don't try to be boring myself. Just fit it in perfectly. Just fit it in. Find a way. Sorry. That would have been a moment to tune in.
Like, subscribe, share, please support the stream. I have Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chats, and gifts, and shirts, and Amazon wishlist. Thank y'all so much. The song is called What the? Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not going to listen to that one right now because of the content of it. That was a very interesting experience, if I do say so, and I do. So here I am, saying it. Better than the one that I had wondered. And, you know I'm still rolling, and who knows, but I hope that, you know, I didn't really deserve that mayhem, and I really wasn't up to it, but I handled it the best I could, and, you know, all's good. But, I mean, it's fine, but and it hasn't been that active along the top. Nobody stayed more than a few seconds, except for that one that stayed for a few minutes, and my friend who chatted. So it's all good. See, we brought the party to you in a way you wouldn't have even thought. We weren't even part of it. We were just part of it. JP says. And I'd like to say some things. I've actually been inspired, but the dog just laid down in front of me. I know he's going to get up if I do. And Nadia, I think he briefly set it down when I very briefly was over here, and then or got up and then got settled back down. I'm wishing my guitar was over here. Is what I'm wishing. Although last night I did just cut my nails. They weren't really that long anyway, but I was doing the toenails, and then I thought, oh, check out the fingers, and check out the fingers. It's actually funny because, and it was just coincidence, I actually met an esthetician on here the other day, or formally. What was she doing? She was crocheting, right? Would it be great if Kimmy or Kim should have tagged her, but she didn't notice the last one. And yeah, it was long. I don't want her to think, oh, you talking about me? No. I mean, I'm just making a quick mention. And the other one I don't know well enough yet either, I don't think. But kind of feeling, I'll keep looking through the stuff there. I will make sure that that thing I have to write up for G is done before the end of the day. And this call, if I don't do it till next week, I don't do it till next week. I mean, more to somebody else that might be waiting for it if my future really picks up in the way that I would like it to, I suppose. But let me just see for a moment here. Uh, that song could be done now, and she might be talking. The truth is, though, like it was a little bit too buzzing, too wild for me. Like I'm on and off feeling lightheaded and just kind of meh, from feeling unwell before, and so I gotta kind of remember that too, right? So, okay, those things I was looking for, those cutter things, I just saw them over here. Is that what I heard fall a little while ago? I don't know. They're not on the top, so that's the main thing. This has to be repaired. Well, where's the other one I just had? Sorry. Okay, this book is annoying me, to be quite honest. It's old and it's, yeah, it needs repair. Okay, there. So I'll just use this one. This would be an interesting way to watch some. Huh. I've never thought of writing a song about it. Huh. And the opportunity to perform it would be minimal, but on here at least. Who knows, though? If I meet certain people, then maybe I'll start doing open mics again. I kind of said, making new connections, gaining opportunities. So, is the hope. I guess that says he's live. Could that be true? Um, um, me and my Um, I know that I was being so good, and I'm not really saying much, but there's nobody here, so yeah. That would be a great rhyme, but I don't know if I want to put it. Hi, Chris. That was an interesting way to make your presence known. He's like, oh, to hang out with the young bucks. I'm only in my 40s now, and it's like, not sure if I really can. Clearly, it's a very wild party. They're just sipping tea, and I'm actually just suddenly sensing laughter and talking, like the audio becomes a bit louder of their presence, but that they are here. Um, they waved. Ray says, I'm sure that we're all going to have to visit other loved ones soon to the best of our ability. But as you know, but happy to be here. Hopefully, somebody will tune in for you soon. And yeah, you got this, buddy. You're going to have a great weekend and a great rest of your podcast, hopefully, whether you have much company or not. And we are thinking of heading out soon, though. Just wanted to let you know. Okay. Okay. I mean, it was nice to have you, Ray, Colton, JP here. Jason, no? Yeah. I've sensed him a couple times, but I'm seeing him very strongly at the moment. Apparently, he was just kind of looking around and came into view. Says, hey, buddy. Good to see you. Yeah, nice to see you too. Um, really? I meant to do that and then get the call and find out that two doesn't necessarily mean two is better than one. And I'm going to get the gig. Seriously? Is that what you're seriously telling me right now? Is that what you're seriously telling me when she comes off of her lunch? Well, and I did this song fairly recently on the piano, actually. That's interesting. Verdi, 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 keep Verdi, Verdi, Verdi. Interesting. I'd really like there to be somebody here, though. I'll go get your guitar and let's see. But we'd give it to you if we had hands. Don't you have angel hands? Angel eyes? Pretty little angel eyes. Turn those angel. Ooh. From the peanut gallery. JP jokes of another word. I'll try it on here. If it doesn't work, I'll have to do it on the piano. I don't even know if it currently has a tuner. That's the only thing. I have to keep it tuned for the thing. But he's kind of good at tuning it with the piano or by ear. Oh. 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 And also, and even I can't love it if there was. You know what? I'm going to move this because usually it's at least accurate at first when someone tunes in, but just in case somebody tunes in and it doesn't say, and I had this thing on top of where the comments are. So, you know what I am going to do though? Just in case, they're like, oh, I'll pop by and support his channel for a moment. Okay. At first, it was only seeing mine. I came back to it. They were still singing the same songs as they were still leading, but I think it hadn't caught up. And it didn't show other.
Songs saying I don't know, really I don't know what to say. Except I can't regret every day. I still won't open up. Thank you, Jose, because I am too convinced. For the floating hearts while lies inside is so grotesque. I better bury it as deep as it gets. Thank y'all so much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to reach. We're trying to reach 8,000 subscribers by New Year's.
That's the other thing. Again, it's this platform and others like it. People just.
Bye, Jose. Thank you so much. Everybody, W's in the chat for Jose.
Oh, hi, Jamie. How are you? Let me pause that. Hi, good to have you here. That didn't take you very long at all. Yo, yo, yo. Yo, yo, ma. That's a composer. I wanted to, don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Hello from Canada. I wanted to talk a little bit about something that you said on your page. Just a moment. On your page, or on the chat, rather. Are you still there? Just making sure, because it says nobody's watching now, but I think that's inaccurate. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. And I want to say something quickly, and I also want to play a couple tunes, and hopefully our dog won't be too distracting, making noise in the background there. I just want to make sure that you are still here, since you just got here. I hope so. I know it was quite a party over there, but yeah. Somebody's here, though, and so I might say it anyway. Now it says they're not, so I don't know. This could be inaccurate. It's also kind of interesting, the name Burlington, though. I will say that, because I'm originally from Ontario. Not Burlington, but there is a Burlington, Ontario. I'm just going to turn this light off in this room. It'll still be bright enough. I'm just finding it a little too bright for my eyes right now. And the dog, it could be, it's not deadly anyway, but especially Doing lunch on it, but you want to go up? You gonna be hyper? There's new snow to play in. No? Okay, then you need to be good, okay? Appreciate it. Yes, that. Okay. So, things are a bit chaotic here at the moment, but I wanted to chat for a moment here. I wanted to, yeah. Basically, Jamie, are you still there? Either way, I'm going to say the thing I was going to say. And hopefully, if you aren't still here, you know where you tuned in and you come back from that point. Basically, it was said in a conversation, and if it's you and you're the only one here, then you'll know this, that, and I've heard a couple of people say it recently, weirdly, not often though. Basically, how you feel like you're such a bad person. And the basis of that is coming from a religion can be talked about if it's done in respect, I feel like. The basis of that is coming from feeling like you are doing wrong in the eyes of God, essentially. And I just want to tell you, I don't know how long, if it's you that's watching. If it's not, take what makes sense, and that's fine. And that's actually kind of my opinion a little bit. But, that I think that's that type of belief that if anybody has that, it's unfair to yourself. And I think it's a little, if I'm going to put it this way, sorry, just a moment, please. Just a moment. Okay, anyway, you're being good, but I just found that funny bit of fur. I kind of want to get it, so just a moment. There for a moment. No, it's a little bit awkward. No, that's not going to work. It'd be great if it was on that end, that side. You know what? It'll just have to do. Okay. Sorry, every now and then a very furry dog gets kind of funny bits that kind of just have to trim off, but he's kind of finicky about that too. So, anywho, just a moment. Jamie, if you're still there, let me know. If not, I think I know where you might be. Or who you might be watching, but hopefully you're still there. I'm not sure. You might not be because you felt like I was like dissing religion, which I wasn't. So, my goodness, this keeps falling, that keeps falling. I'm almost thinking it's some sort of sign. So maybe I will look at this book one more time. Maybe you came and you said that quick thing and subscribed, and you maybe even meant to like, but it's not looking like you're still here. That is the case. That is the I shouldn't associate with different things. That is what it seems to be. And you ain't saying otherwise, so that's whoops. You know what? But the day unfolds and the things as they're meant to, as it's meant to, and that's fine. All good in the hood. Honestly, you don't seem to be back over here either, though. I just came to your page. Wait, woo. Ah, that's just so ironic. Love these daytime vibes. Really, my friend? Like, that was not said to you. Was it not, though? um, used to love the nighttime vibes. Like I know, but I'm not older now. Pardon me. If you're still there and you hear that, I'm still a little bit congested. But it's a human activity, if that's what we want to call it. It's a human activity. It's the only one I can think of at the moment, so that's what it is. So maybe his device died. Or it's just like, you know what, I was watching so and so for a long time. I really don't have time to settle into another stream right now. But maybe he did subscribe. In fact, I can go find that. Oh, he's back.
How y'all feeling out there? You loving the music?
On the cell phone, yeah. Or I could bring it here and then do it there, and usually that would work.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Aubrey Digital. If you like my music, if you want to find my social media, you want to find my music, you want to tip me on Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, you can find all my links at aubrey.digital. Ow! Thank you guys so much. This song is called Sonic Emergence.
It's obviously something you like about this person. You just happy when they do well.
Thank you.
Is he? But it's still what to play with. It's a half and half. Must have. Speaking of Phantom of the Opera, why do they feel like they have to?
Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. So, happy Friday, everybody. Can you believe this year's almost over? Crazy. This next song. This next song is called Epiphany. The chorus consists of one line. The words are.
That's right. I was just moving some of these tabs over. Trying to. I have so many darn things open. I tell ya. Oh, I do have that open too. Okay, good. And that and that. Okay, I'll look at that all later. Okay, but then the person left, so. Or at least looks like they have.
I don't want to waste no more time. Sing along, everybody. Thank you so much. This song's on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere. Maybe it's not now. Maybe it's not. Hey, Ray Wu, how you doing? I had my life down. Just to go back. Still breathing this sad.
Well, what I'm going to do is hide this from this channel and maybe.
It's the price fed. For I am free. Thank y'all so much. Sing along. I don't want to wait no more.
It's his now, so it's good. Or he took that one. Looks like the other mod modded the mod. I don't think he's been a mod for very long. I don't think he'd fit this style. Before I said no drama here. So I don't care about your student website. So but I'm going to focus on mine because there is somebody here. It was quiet for a little bit there. Okay, maybe they're not here. I can still see him here though, although I have my chance. That's kind of odd. It's kind of flickering between 1 and 0. But so I want to do a couple songs, and yeah, maybe I already kind of stated all I need to on the other thing. Um, that basically anybody who's religious and feels like they're a bad person because they don't feel like they're measuring up to God, just very quickly. Um, we're all human, so but as long as we've got kindness and love in our heart for ourselves and for others, um, I don't feel like we're disappointing him. As long as we aren't doing anything really bad, or even like there are lots of things in the Bible that could kind of be seen as some things aren't as bad as other things. That's all I'm going to say. And although we should just be trying to do good in general, that's kind of where I'll put that. But yes, so what did I? Okay, there was somebody very briefly there, I think, for that little speech. But I am feeling mixed. I hit him on this channel, so I don't think it was him. But I'm still seeing, although I took one back that said something about it. Maybe he thought that was a little bit rude. Said something about chill it with the shameless selfish, which is not what it was about. And I think maybe he saw my other points after that and said, okay, but you should still apologize. Maybe that's what he said. So I don't know. I mean, I'd let people talk about their channels, or people ask about it. So, but it's a bit active, certain something. So I have to go upstairs for a moment. And she just ignored it. Or they just ignored it. They're probably used to some of the drama. I mean, if the poster was not making issue of it, I really don't think that he should have. And they weren't. It's easier for a guy than for a guy. A girl to be a man. Angelic harmonization soprano. carry on from there later? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They certainly got a rhythm and a momentum going, and there to chat, but you know, minimally. Well, compared to the other day, although I mean, I don't know. Part of me think maybe it was just focusing me. Just a moment, please. I don't know if it's a year. I kind of sometimes misinterprets, and if I accidentally put any of it out in the YouTube, it might not be good. I must look at the one. I think it was either the 112 or the 47 one in a bit. Do that task, but active 36 minutes ago, so a little while ago. And yeah, basically I'm just, oh, no, active now actually. So I'm just going to send this through and then I'll continue. Well, I saw the green dot for a moment, messing with my mind, but now I don't. It says still active 37 minutes ago. Anyway, and a lovely trans non-binary musician was enjoying the chat. She was doing good. It was even about, we were doing good. It was even about 10 or 15 minutes after, and we kind of got past it. The one said no shameless selfishness or whatever. Well, China said it's about building communities and supporting each other. And it said, did you? And I said, yep, did you? And there was a few other things that other people said, not really on that, and I didn't really say anything on that. And then I was really, and then puts me on timeout by the owner. I thought it was the other admin at first, so I'm not too sure. And I don't want to wish for a certain something, but my video has been quiet for the past little while now, and I'm kind of thinking about the other night there. It's been mostly quiet in general, really, and otherwise a decent experience. But I want to keep watching this person. But let's see who I meet tomorrow. Can see sense of community that I have, and I mean it's more than one type of community. But I think that'll probably be. I'm not gonna say on the channel. I'm just gonna say I talk about it often. I'm not gonna write too much in case it. No, it still didn't go through. Didn't say for how long though, but when I think it must have been something I was watching on a computer then, because it did say how long. Either that or it was undefined, or I'm not really sure. If she maybe not, it may have been able to do it, possibly depending on either device. But and we were getting along, so I'm really not sure what when it seemed to kind of happen after was took a very quick sip of water, like and was whistling right before. It barely looked like swallowed it, and then started whistling in that again. As a quickest sip of water ever, and they kind of laughed. I thought they thanked me, but that must have been something a bit earlier. And then I'm not really sure. But she's got a momentum I'm struggling to, they've got a momentum I'm struggling to have because nobody's here. and they did leave. And if I want to come back, I mean, if they're visiting the other loved ones, I don't want to. I don't want to interrupt that. Yeah. But it is 3 hours in with only 2 likes. That doesn't look great. That is true. That is very true. I mean, still follows me on here, so you could try and fix it. Like, that's pretty much why I did it. I think I still tried to have a nice conversation with those people, and I tried. I was the good, awesome person that I am, and you know, I did my best. To just be quick, yeah. It's just odd. I'm sort of thinking of wrapping up. You know what? At least I did podcast today. It was a decent enough experience. Well, I don't know, ahead maybe. I don't know. He's pretty close to my comments. I just want to chat here. I'm wrapping up.